back on here today, back with another video on Bay TV. This is my player ratings. Obviously, like I said, there's going to be some harsh player ratings, and barely any sixes. 6 being the average, as you all know. This is my player ratings from Aberystwyth 1, Colwyn Bay 0. Disappointing loss, as you know, my match reaction. Go watch that. I will give you, obviously 6 is the average, and 6 is going to be the highest I give out today. 6, the amount of six, I've got it in front of me right now. The amount of sixes that I'm going to say that I've given out is 2. So make of that what you will. Let me know if you disagree. Or agree with these player ratings. I'm not trying to be negative. Obviously, want to get behind the Bay. I'll be there against Ponty on Saturday, and I'll do my predictions hopefully coming out on Thursday. It's late doing this one, so I don't even know if this one will come out by the time I go to bed, because it's, I think, about half 8 as I'm recording this at the moment. First one, Joe Smith. I gave him a player rating match rating of 6. Joe Smith gets a 6 because, yeah, we conceded, but it wasn't really Joe's fault. And the times where Joe, he was good with the ball at his feet. I thought, he did make a few good saves, and he didn't have much to do second half. So I think Joe did all right. I think Joe 6. Next up is Steph Eds. Not a great game by Steph. On the left hand side, he could have done. I think better. We've seen better days of Steph. So I give Steph Eds a 4. He needs to. It's not one of his best performances I've seen in a Bay shirt, and he's had better performances, and we know he's capable of better, and by the way, 4's not the lowest we're gonna go. By the way, there's gonna be lower scores. So Steph, you're on a 4 for me. Could have done better in that game, I thought. Next up is Sam Hart. Sam Hart gets a 4 from me. I don't believe I'm saying that, and Sam Hart gives 100%. I thought Sam Hart did alright second half. First half, I thought he did alright. Second half, he just couldn't make those passes. There was a few times where he tried to get to Steph and lost possession. And we were playing such a, I think, high line, we were trying to go attackive, Sam Hart gets a 4. I don't think it's definitely not his best game in a base shirt. But I'd still start him, because I think he's got to start. Then again, does he deserve the place when we've got this new signing called, or loan, shall I say, in Adam? I can't remember his last name, Mitter or something like that. I think it's Adam Mitter, centre half. I think, or he's a defender at least. So maybe Sam Hart, I don't know, but Sam Hart has a 4 from me. Not a great performance from Sam. Next up is Alex Downs. Alex Downs, 5. I was edging for a 6, but I thought there was times where his decision making could have been slightly better, but that's just me and my opinion. Maybe a bit picky. I thought Alex did all right. He could have dribbled a lot more. He had time on the ball a lot. Other than that, I think he did all right. So Alex Downs 5. Next up is Dan Jones. He gets a 5 from me. Dan had an all right game. We got on that right hand side. There was a few sloppy passes here and there. But I thought second half he tried to get crosses into the box at times. And I think he gets a 5 from that. And I don't think I've seen a worse performance. Well, most of these people I think. Well, I'm gonna say this. All the players, that played, that's probably their worst performance so far at the Bay, whether they're new or not. Probably their worst performance. So yeah, to get a 5, I think, could be generous for anyone in this Bay squad. So Dan Jones 5. Tommy Creamer is up next. Tommy Creamer is going to be the lowest one so far. Tommy Creamer gets a 3. And I love Tommy. And that feels hard to say. Tommy, I think him, Samar, and Udi are my three favourite at the Bay. If I had to choose, Tommy Creamer gets a 3. It wasn't good enough from Tommy. I've got to admit, you know, I know he's capable of better. He started the season really, really good. You know, really, really on form. You know, he surprised a few people. You know, and in that form recently, he's kind of dropping. He's not. There was at times where he could have taken a shot. Or there was a time where the ball was whipped in, and Tommy took an extra touch, and we've been doing that on the attack against when we were playing Aberystwyth. We took the extra touches. Udi did it. I think Matty must have done it. Sam Turner. Lloyd, I think, did a few times. Nick definitely did a few times. We just had that extra touch, and Tommy was one of those people that had that extra touch. I remember ball came in, instead of hitting it first time, he took a touch, and then he took another touch, and then the chance is gone because the defender is blocked the way. And I honestly don't think it was good enough, you know, from Tommy. He's had better games, and he will have better games to come. And I think it's just a dip in form for most of these players. You know, I think he starts. There's a chance he doesn't, and you know, I've got a real decision to make, and Evo does as well. I've got predictions. Do I keep Tommy in? We'll find out in the predictions video. And Evo's got the decision of does he play Downey over Tommy, because I feel like Downey can do, because of his experience, he can like control that midfield. You know, Tommy's still youngish. Downey's a lot more experienced, so I think Downey might have to start. But yeah, Tom Creamer 3, not a great performance. Next up is Tom McCready. 6 from me. I think he was probably our best player on the pitch, in all fairness. He looked like he wanted something out of the game. He looked like he tried. He did try. He did try to create chances. You know, he had a free kick that rattled the bar. He really tried. He did, and I respect Maka for that. You know, he was probably our best player on the pitch, and he gets a 6. That says something as well. Next up is Kai Owen. Oh, he had 45 minutes, so only the first half. Kai gets a 5 from me. I feel like that's my average rating of this game is 5, even though it's usually 6. Yeah, Kai gets a 5 because I don't think he did that much wrong, but I don't think he did anything great, in all fairness. So Kai Owen gets a 5 from me. Jamie Cumming, he had a few. His next, Jamie Cumming, gets a 5 from me due to the fact he had a few shots, just a few wide. You know, I thought, yeah, meh. We've seen better days of Jamie. He's had better games, like most of these players, if not all. You know, so yeah, Jamie. He also tried to he tried to do something. I don't know if that makes sense. He tried. He tried his best. I feel like, not 100% best, but more than most of the team, which is, you gotta respect them for that. And I think Jay, yeah, he also took that extra touch at times, you know, and I think it's a lack of confidence at the moment for the Bay. So Jamie Cumming gets a 5 from me. We've got 2 players left, Udi and Matty, and then we go to the subs. We're going to start off with Udi. Udi gets a 2. I said it. Udi gets a 2. Wasn't good enough. Was not good enough from Udi. He's been on goal scoring form. And then he has this little blip. And this blip was a massive drop off. He was up there from scoring a few. He scored 2 against Bala, and then we played Carnarvon. He's gone down a bit, and then he played Aberystwyth, and it's gone down the drain, because Udi, he took so many touches at times, and at one point, the ball came to him. I looked like he wasn't even paying attention, because the ball came to him. He just stood there. Another thing with Udi is he stands still in the box. if you're a striker, you need to create movement. You need to run, and then you need to create space. You need movement in the box if you're going to be that striker. He's just standing there like a statue at times, and I will have to admit it does get on my nerves. But obviously, like I said, I love Udi. I love all these players. I'm not trying to be negative, but I feel like I need to give my opinion, and Udi gets a 2 because it wasn't good enough. And I think we can all say our attacking line was not good enough today. No, when we played Aber, shall I say. Last of the start 11, Matty Hill wasn't good enough because he gets a 2 from me as well. Wasn't good enough. I probably would have kept him on over Udi because Matty probably had that bit more of a determination, a bit more of a movement to want to score than Udi, but Matty was subbed off and Udi stayed on. That's the only thing I could have said a bit differently. Matty wasn't really at it. His crosses weren't great. His passing wasn't great. He just looked like he had an off day. So Matty Hill gets a 2 from me. We're going on to the subs. Nick Rushton, he came on at half time. Second half, gets a 5 from me. He gets a 5 because I thought he did alright. I didn't think he did that bad. There was at times he took a few extra touches, but he lost the ball, but straight away he regained it, and defended well. So respect to him for that. Nick Rushton 5. Sorry. Lloyd Marshoes, I think gets a 5. Maybe push for a 6. He had a header that was wide, I think, and I'm not sure what. I think he volleyed it and it went over, or it was saved or something. But he had a few chances. He looked energetic. He looked like he could make that movement because he was making those runs. He was pointing to where he wanted the ball to go on a run on it. He wanted to make an impression to Evo, and you could see his determination. So I think he did quite well, and I give him a 5. I was going to say last but not least, but we're still going to do Steve Evans. Next up is Sam Turner. He gets a 5 from me as well. Look, he had a few shots here and there. Just a few shots, and wasn't able to finish it. And he's. I thought he did all right when he played. Sam Turner 5. And last but not least, Steve Evans had to apologise at the end of the match to all the Bay fans. He wasn't happy with the performance. Neither were we. Neither am I. But you could argue it was Steve Evans' substitution at half-time that could have changed the game. But we were trying to get that goal for the second half. That's why we brought Nick. You could have brought Downey on. I personally would have gone with Nick. But now I think about it, you could have brought Downey on to control the midfield instead of bringing Nick on. And then you brought Kai off, who I don't think did that bad as Tommy, for example. So, that's the only thing I could have said wrong. Other than that, he didn't really have anything else to throw onto the pitch, did he really? I know he had Lloyd and Sam, but they've not proven themselves yet. So, he's not really had anyone to bring on. So, I think he did alright. I think he gets a 6 from me. Because it wasn't really down to him, it was down to the players not having the confidence and not having the belief. But we've got to get behind them against Ponty. I'm going to be there. We're going to try and support them. Hopefully we get the win. Ponty are struggling to score, but then again we are in recent times. So hopefully we can get the win. Be supporting the Bay before we have the split. So thank you very much for watching this video, and I'll see you all later. Bye.